वसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्. Chapter 3 and the verse 4. न कर्मणामनारम्भान् न कर्मणामनारम्भान् नैष्कर्म्यं पुरुषोऽश्नुते. नैष्कर्म्यं पुरुषोऽश्नुते. न च सन्न्यासनादेव न च सन्न्यासनादेव सिद्धिं समधिगच्छति. सिद्धिं समधिगच्छति. Not by non-performance of actions does a man attain freedom from the bondage of actions, nor by mere renunciation does he attain perfection. न कर्मणा मनारंभा नैष्कर्म्यम पुरुषोष्णुते. Basically, if you remember what we were discussing in previous chapter, 47th word, okay, in second chapter, कर्मण्येवाधिकारस्ते मा फलेषु कदाचन. It's going to take us there. Okay, so one cannot stop acting. I mean action. Okay, acting not in that meaning that. Okay, but the whole idea is you act and still you do not get involved. I have phrased it out a little differently. This I have shared this so many times. Fully attached, though detached. And we have taken this example from Arjun Geeta. સંસારમાં સરસ્યો રહે ને મન ન મારી પાસ. સંસારમાં લેપાય નહીં તે જાણો મારો દાસ. Yeah, so because I mean we are living in this material world, in this world, okay? So સંસારમાં સરસ્યો રહે means I mean we are obliged to perform our duties, to perform certain actions, okay? So we will be getting involved with that. But sansarma lepai nahi. So we have to be, we are there and we will be there in this physical, material, mundane world. But that world should not reside in us. સંસારમાં સરસ્યો રહે પણ મન ન મારી પાસ. મન મારી પાસ, mind, that always in the lotus feet of Almighty. તે જાણો મારો દાસ. That is my devotee. So, not non-performance of the actions or mere renunciation, tyag, okay, the sannyasi. How? Because the sannyasi, you give up the family life, you give up house, and then you're still interested to make ashram. and you have your chelas and chelis. That's not renunciation. That's not renunciation. If we take Bhagavad as a reference, okay, and that's authority. I mean, Bhagavad is authority. And if you go through that chapter, the do's and don'ts for the sannyasi, I mean, it's not only sannyasi, for the householder, it has told for everybody. But specifically when we read about sannyasi, and it will become eye-opener. Anyway, I am not going to go in detail in this. Okay? In Bhagavad, when that canto and chapter will come in future, after a decade maybe, we will see that. So, na karmana narambha naishkarmyam purushosnute. In the discipline of action. Discipline of action means karma yoga. Performance of action is inevitable. One has to do. The moment we get up, the moment we wake in the morning, we cannot escape from actions. So, because for a sage who wishes to attain success in yoga, action is the means. Now, he does not perform action. How will he come to know whether he remain equanimous in success and failure or not? For an example, that somebody will say, okay, this person, I'm just giving you an example, right? Okay? Never get angry. Okay, right? Where does he stay? Oh, he is on the mountain where he doesn't have to interact with anybody. If he has not to interact with anybody, then obviously he is not going to get angry. But if he is still in the sansar, in this world, and he doesn't get angry, that's a quality. Okay? Right. So, some person, if he comes, the person walking on the streets, okay, layman, I'm not disrespecting anybody, I'm just giving you an example. And the person comes and approach you, say, Minier, I never fail in matric. But did you study? Did you write the exam? Who will have to face success or failure? the person who appears in metric, the person who writes the exam. That's why it says, how will he come to know whether he remained equanimous, evenness of his mind in success and failure? Okay. A man has an impulse for action which can be pacified by the performance of actions. Without having any desire for fruit, if I strive or perform actions having a desire for fruits, this impulse is not pacified, it is rather enhanced. Okay? So basically what happens here? It doesn't mean that there will be no fruit, because it's a very simple equation, or the, you can say, Newton's law. Actions and reactions are equal and opposite. That is Newton's law. Okay. So the moment you act, you perform some actions, fruits, results will be there. But what is emphasized here is you just do your duty. You just perform the actions and don't wait or don't have any desire of the fruits. When it comes, it comes. If it doesn't come, so be it. If it comes in my favor, good. If it doesn't come in my favor, that is also good. So be it. That's the whole idea. Okay? Naiskarmyam ashnute. When a striver performs his duty without any desire for fruit, he attains to the state of actionlessness. Because he is doing. When I say he or she, okay? It's just doing. So he or she is not performing the action with some sort of hidden agenda. That okay, if I'll do this, and I'll be benefited like this. Okay? And that is known as real seva, selfless work. Okay? Selfless work and selfless love. Selfless. Absolutely, there is no hidden agenda, no expectation, and yet I'll keep on doing. Maybe you might find some people, they do it, no expectation, but do they continue for years together till life? Few months, few years, and then if you, no man, I have given up. Why? No acknowledgement. I am spending my money, I am putting my petrol, but there is absolutely no acknowledgement, no appreciation. Stop. Many years back, when we started this Gita recital, okay, easy in the beginning, then gradually. Because in the Patanjali Yoga Sutra it has been very clearly mentioned, Satu Nairantarya Dirghkal Paryanta Satkaro Seita Dradabhumihi. It can only possible you keep on doing continuously for years together and constant. That is important. So, when a striver performs his duty without any desire for fruits, he attains to the state of actionlessness. In a way, what you are doing okay, is sort of selfless. Because who has guaranteed you by attending the Geeta class you will be rewarded, you will be getting certificate, acknowledgement, okay, we will call you on the stage, okay, we will publish your photo, we will broadcast the reel. Nowadays the era of the reel and the podcast. Nothing, and still you are attending. So what I am saying that maybe people, those who are or spiritually developed soul or the enlightened soul, they might be doing each and every action of his or her life without any expectation. But for you and me, it may not possible to do everything without any expectation, and that's why I say, but some corner of the life, some corner of the day, some activity where there is absolutely no expectation, where there is no temptation. See, if you will read Geeta, if you will attend Geeta class, okay, every end of the year we will be doing this, that, absolutely nothing. So at least I must say that you are doing something, and one rand is always better than the no rand. At least. So, and I'm not saying you just mere in praising. I am putting the fact. By acknowledging, by praising, there is no hidden agenda in my mind. That if I will say, they will like, they will feel better. I'm not here to make you happy. I'm not here. So, what it says, without any desire for fruit, he attains to the state of actionlessness. Nishkamta. Niskarmanita, no expectation. He is released from the bondage of action. Then he doesn't get attached. No bondage. Yet he is doing. Such action do not bear fruit. Okay? How? I mean, this such action do not bear fruits. I mean, it's in practical way. Okay, there are and there will be fruit. Okay, and then that's why I always give you an example. In my house, my mother is there, and she makes good dal. Okay, and if she can make, she will make. But mother is not there to make the dal or the good curry. And you take an example for anything. She will cook. She will do with full of love. But she is not there to cook. That we must understand. Okay? She is not there. So, how? And for that, what it says that such action do not bear fruit. And in the example they have given, okay, now, normally by the end of August or September, as per our South African weather pattern, okay, we get ready to plant the seeds, okay, be it bhina or brinjal, okay, be it giloda, anything, right? But just think that the seeds what you're going to plant, be it papdi, any seed, but if you roast it and then you put, it's not going to grow. Similarly, it says here, okay, in the same way as roasted or boiled seeds loses its potence to sprout. Seeds will be there, right? Okay. Such action lost their power of involving a man in the bondage of birth and death, right? Okay. So it's there, but doesn't get attached. And then that's why the great example as per our Vedic tradition, okay, we say Kamal. Kamal is lotus. There are few names for the Kamal or the lotus. Padma, Saroj, Rajiv, so many. Okay. But the definition of Padma means Kamal, okay? Pankat jayate iti pankajah. Panka means mud, kadav. Okay? Jayate means grow. It's there. But it does not get attached with that panka, with that mud. Similarly, our life is there. We are there in this world. But it should not affect us. That is more important. It just happens. It just happens. Okay? A man can renounce desire when he performs actions only for the welfare of others. As actions have affinity for the world, while the affinity of self is for Bhagwan, so long as he performs actions for himself, he cannot renounce. Okay. So my actions, what I am doing, is for the interest of many, for the world. I do not expect anything from it, then it will not create the bondage. The moment the ninth letter of alphabet, I, if that comes, then the sprout starts. So in that context, the wise man says, I is always capital. So instead, I, okay, if we keep it I, E-Y-E, right, then not necessarily it should be in capital. Anyway, so he cannot renounce desire, and as long as he does not renounce desire, he cannot attain the state of actionlessness. Na cha sannyasanadev siddhim samadhigacchati. So, in the previous, the first half of this verse, Bhagavan has declared that a karma yogi, the path of action, karma yogi does not attain the state of actionless by non-performance of actions. In the second half, he declares that Sankhya Yogi, who has chosen the path of knowledge, a follower of the discipline of knowledge, a Sankhya Yogi does not attain perfection, a state of actionlessness, by mere renunciation of action. Renunciation. Knowledge, Sankhya, okay? The person who has chosen the path of knowledge, Sankhya, say, no, 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 no. I have given up everything. Okay. But in my mind, it's still there. If that happens, that is the real renunciation. And that's why Bhagavan Krishna has very clearly told us in the second verse of 18th chapter, Kamyanam karmanam nyasa sannyasa kavayo viduho. Kamyanam karmanam, those actions with full of desire, if you give up that, then it is sannyasi. Then it is sannyasi. Not necessarily that whether you wear orange robe or pant shirt and suited booted. Not necessarily. Kamyanam karunam nyasa. Very clearly Bhagavan has told. Sannyasa kavayo viduhu. No, 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 no. But I mean, look, I don't need anything but ashram has kept the Gaushala. we want to build few more rooms so the devotee can come. that might fall under the good action, okay? Like in the medical terms, we have the good cholesterol and bad cholesterol, HDL and LDL. might fall under the definition of good. But that is not the definition of sannyasi. That's I want to say. I am not against In fact, those people, those who are doing Gaushala or keeping this kind of, we must support them. But what I mean to say, that is not as per the definition of Bhagavad Gita for the sannyasi. So don't misquote me. It is necessary for a striver to renounce the sense of doership. Look, underline this sentence. To renounce the sense of doership in order to attain perfection. Sense of doership. It should come, and we must try to develop this habit in our day-to-day life from some point. He is doing. He has made an instrumental devotion. He has made me an instrument. I am just an instrument. I am like a knife in his hand. He will decide whether to cut apple or onion. How to use? Let him decide. So, what it says? To renounce the sense of doership. That is more important. Of course, it's not that easy. Of course, it cannot happen overnight. It's a process. I wouldn't say it takes a while. It takes long. But if we really want to reach Cape Town, okay, we have to start. Come out from the house, open the garage, sit in the car, start the car, okay. By just sitting in the home and we say, oh man, it's 17 hours, 15 hours, 1,000 some kilometer. That's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. So, the sense of doership. Oh, so a good driver may go straight. Maybe take 1 or 2 break and reach there in 15 hours. Another can break the journey, stay overnight, and start from the next day, meaning next life. But to start the next life, to continue the next life, we have to start from this life. If I want to start from Kolsberg, but I have to reach to the Kolsberg today, and then only I can start tomorrow morning. These are the things that we must understand. So a Sankhya Yogi, follower of the discipline of knowledge, who has chosen the path of knowledge, instead of renouncing the performance of action, must renounce egoism, doership. No doership. Okay. In Sankhya Yoga, actions can be performed and they can also be renounced to a certain extent, but in Karma Yoga, action of discipline of action. path of action. In Karma Yoga, action is necessary. One cannot escape. Action is necessary as it is the means to attain success in yoga, okay, perfection. Right? Yeah. So basically we need to understand this. We will continue this verse next week. Okay. In today's discussion, whatever you like, credit goes to all the sage, all the saints, all the scriptures. Whatever I have heard, I have read, I have studied, absolutely, absolutely nothing belongs to me. And as we know that our main reference book for our Geeta class since we started, okay, the main reference book is Sadhak Sanjeevani from Swami Ram Sukdas ji. For Swami Ram Sukdas ji, it is said that he has not given the discourse on Bhagavad Gita. He lived Gita. He lived his life as Gita. That was the authority. And I did mention with you, but I just remind many years back, on our wedding anniversary, my father gave that Sadhak Sanjeevani book in Gujarati. That time there was nothing in my mind that by using this book I'll be conducting the class for not only a year or two, 25 years. So maybe my father knew that is going to happen in his life. I don't know. But at least it has been used for the good purpose. Not only collecting the dust and taking the credit. You know that I have this collection of books. And when did you clean it? Nobody knows. So at least it's not happening. Right? Okay. We will chant the 73rd verse of 18th chapter, followed by the Aarti. Nashto moha smrutirlabdha tat prasadan maya chuta sthitosme gata sandeha karishye vachanan tava. Om Jaya Bhagavad